I wanted to say just a couple things. One was to welcome you, Rick, to welcome back, I should say, to Madison Square Garden. Our home is St. John's Basketball and St. John's University. This is a special home. I know other schools try to claim this. There's only one school that claims and has Madison Square Garden as its home. It is very special. It's a great part of our history. And so we look forward to many, many more great days together. And our partners, Joel Fisher, Sal, Larry, the whole group here have always treated us at the highest levels. And you're going to love this as your home again. I also want to welcome you back to Queens, the home of St. John's. And in Queens, it's an international, wonderful place to live, diverse food, international in flavor. And so welcoming you back to Queens. I know you had a time living there as a young man. And so to have you welcome back to Queens is very special for us. And we love being a part of Queens at St. John's. And St. John's University, the theme is that we elevate through education. And today is about elevating all of St. John's through our basketball program, but amplifying all the great things going on at St. John's. And so that's what today is about, is elevating our basketball program, our university, Queens, Madison Square Garden. That's what you bring to us, Rick. Thank you. Thank you for being here with us. I also want to talk a little bit about your history and introducing you. And I know there's, the numbers are mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. That's what I actually wrote down because I didn't want to get them wrong. And I think it gets lost in a lot of stuff of how special you are to the game of basketball and how special you are as a winner in life and winner in basketball. We are very fortunate, and I want to be able to introduce and welcome our first legend. And this is interesting. I don't know if there's any place in America that has two Hall of Fame members in the same room like we do today. And so I want to welcome and thank Coach Carnesecca for being here today. In my 4 years, you are truly a Superman. You are Superman. And for you to be here with us today, it means the world to me, and I know it means the world to St. John's University, so thank you. With Rick's career, I just want to give you some numbers that are, like I said, mind-boggling. 848 career wins, 23 NCAA tournament appearances, 54 NCAA tournament wins, which is also the third highest winning percentage among current coaches. Just as a reminder, St. John's is about winning as well. The history of St. John's is the 9th winningest program in the history of college basketball with 1,904 wins overall. That is not to be lost. This is about a marriage between winning and doing things the right way, and we're going to elevate frankly, all of New York City together. So, Coach, I welcome you. I thank you. I look forward to being a great partner with you. And your school is a great place to be. I know it firsthand for 4 years I've been here. It is about the people. And so, welcome. I also have my honor to be able to talk about winning and to be able to bring up our next speaker. And as the commissioner of the Big East, and the Big East is having a terrific year in the NCAA tournament, we are very honored to have you, Val Ackerman, to be with us today. Val Ackerman.
Thanks so much, Mike. Wow, it's so great to be here at the Garden on this day. You're right, it's been a busy week, but I have to say one of the highlights for me is actually being here with Coach Carnesecca. So, Coach, you're our hero. Thanks so much for being here, for everything you've done for the game of basketball in the Big East. Coach Pitino, on behalf of the Big East, I want to extend our congratulations to you on your return to our great league. We are so excited to be adding to the ranks of our coaching fraternity a Hall of Famer. Here's my stats, Mike. 7 Final Fours, if I was right. 2 national championships on top of those 848 career wins. You are a master of the game by any standard. And we all know that mediocrity on the hardwood is an unacceptable outcome for you. As Mike noted, Rick's New York roots make him a great match with New York's team. And we know he's going to feel right at home at this place you know well. And as everybody knows, where we just celebrated the 41st edition of the Big East tournament in front of sold-out crowds. Rick, the Big East has changed quite a bit since the last time you were in the league, but the action, the rivalries, the fan support, and the successes have held up. And I know you're going to build on those traditions that we've tried to establish now with the new Big East as we've marched on over the past decade. I want to recognize the leadership at St. John's for recognizing how important basketball is to the school and the Big East, and applaud their determination to restore the basketball prominence that's expected by St. John's fans, administrators, students, and alums, and by observers here in New York City and all around the country. I've had the honor of working with Father Shanley for nearly 10 years, and I can attest that he cares deeply about the game of basketball, that he understands deeply the complexities of today's college sports landscape, and he has thought deeply about what St. John's needs to do in order to be relevant and competitive in 2023 and beyond. Trust me, successful college basketball programs today require clear vision, significant resources, sustained effort, yes, an NIL game plan, and inspired leadership at the very top. And St. John's is very fortunate to have somebody of Father Shanley's caliber calling the shots and setting the course that's needed to bring all of those components and others to fruition. Mike Craig, my colleague, who for many years, as all of you know, worked behind the scenes to help turn Duke into a national powerhouse, is equally committed to bringing pride and excellence to St. John's basketball, and I believe deeply that Father Shanley and Mike Craig and Coach Pitino will come together to form a great team that will propel St. John's basketball to new heights. So Coach Pitino, we very much look forward to working with you. I look forward to getting to know you as you come full circle with the Big East and embark on the latest chapter of your basketball journey. So congratulations again. Thank you.
Thank you, Val. It's my pleasure to introduce St. John's University President, Father Brian Shanley.
Yeah, here comes the real hero. God bless you, Father.
As you can imagine, since the St. John's coaching position has been vacant, I've gotten a lot of advice from people about what to do. Often unsolicited, going to the dry cleaner, you're gonna hire Pitino or what? Standing in front of the church on Sundays, I got unsolicited advice. Lots of people calling me, and there was one phone call that really did clarify things for me. And I told Rick about this, but it was from Billy Dunn.
Oh,
He was
wow.
former player for Providence, two-time NCAA champion coach, and a very successful NBA coach. And he called me up and he said, Father, I really think you should hire Rick Pitino.
Wow.
And he didn't talk about the wins. Rick is a winner, we all know that. But Billy talked about the impact that Coach had had on his life. I've heard Coach tell the story publicly that when he first got to Providence, he looked at Billy Dunn and said, I can't win with this guy. And you couldn't get him anywhere else to transfer. But Rick turned him into a Final Four point guard. And it's the impact on our basketball players' lives that's the most important thing for me in picking a coach. Yes, I want to win. But the young men who will work under and play under Coach Pitino, he's going to be the biggest influence in their lives. They're going to spend more time with him than they do with anyone else. And as an educator, what I care most about is what kind of human beings these guys become. And playing basketball at a high level can help you become a better person. Teach you things about life that are important. There are some transferable skills and values and virtues that come from being a successful athlete that will stay with you for the rest of your life. So for me, the decision is, who do I want to entrust Joel to going forward, and the other players on the team? And I believe that Rick not only will bring a winning culture to St. John's, but he will be a transformative figure in the lives of our student athletes. And that's the most valuable quality that I think Rick Pitino brings to St. John's. He's going to change their lives. They're going to be different people because of him. And yes, I hope we win, but more importantly, these young men will be shaped for the rest of their lives by their encounters with Rick Pitino. And it's for this reason, primarily, that I'm thrilled to be able to introduce the next head men's basketball coach at St. John's University, Rick Pitino.
Yeah! Woo! Oh, I'm loving this. Oh, man. Oh.
We're going to have a photo opportunity if still photographers can just stay back so the TV can get it first, and then we'll invite you up.
Oh, this is great.
Okay, still photographers want to move forward to get a better shot?
Boy, I'm in freaking tears right now. Oh, man. You don't know how much this means to me. And all St. John's, 195,000 alumni. Oh, man.
Well, thank you all for coming. I have, excuse me, my family over here, and extended family with the Benani's, and my nephews and nieces. My wife had back surgery and can't join. My son is here. My mind's racing because I remember walking out of the garden as an assistant coach with UB Brown and him yelling to me, "Come on, kid, walk faster." I said, we had a park across the street and park and lock. I said, "Why are we walking so fast? We lost and the gamblers are going to get us." And I started laughing, and we walked slow when we won. We walked very fast when we lost. And Val, the Big East is a lot different today than back then. I remember my second year at Providence, and all of a sudden we're playing Georgetown, sold out place, and my assistant coach says, "I think John Thompson is yelling at you." One of my players, Yasik Duda, blocked Perry McDonald's shot and fractured his finger on the backboard. And I said, "Why would he be yelling at me?" So I walked down. John's a Providence College graduate. I said, "What's up, John?" And I got a tongue lashing like I've never seen before in my lifetime. "You guys are the dirtiest son of a guns I've ever played against in my life." And I had like choir boys. I started laughing. He said, "You're laughing at me?" And there I stood at his navel, ready to go at it. And the next thing I knew, we have a league meeting, and Lou was giving clinics in Italy at the time, so he didn't make the meetings. And Jim Boeheim and PJ Colosimo said, "Look, Rolly Massimino really respects you because you're coming from the pros. So we have a ball deal." Back then, nobody made money. Everybody made $2,500 for using McGregor basketball, except Big John. He had a void deal. And they only won St. John's, Syracuse, and Villanova. The rest of us being shut out. Rolling said he's going to try to get the rest of us money, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. And Boeheim and PJ grabbed me and said, "Look, you say we should all get the same, $7,500. I said, "Why am I doing it? I'm new, I'm young. Why don't you guys do it?" No, Rolly really respects you because you're coming from the pros. Rolly just won the championship, so get through the meeting. Rolly says, "Look, I'm going to do everything possible to get everybody some money." Rolly, congratulations, man. That was an unbelievable game that you played. Perfect game. I just would like to say we all should get the same amount of money. And like John Thompson at that moment, I got a tongue lashing like you couldn't believe, telling me who the hell did I think I was. And I'm looking at PJ and Bayheim, and they're laughing hysterically. And the next day we were supposed to play golf, and I would not get in the golf cart in 90-degree weather with Rolly. I was so upset. But fast forward to the real moral of the story, because Rolly was a great guy, and Jim and PJ put me up to it, and that was my indoctrination to the Big East. We have a fall meeting, and Lou comes back. And I did not know this. PJ said, why don't you bring up again that we should all get the same amount of money? I said, I'm not doing that. So they planned it, and it came about, and said, anybody have anything they'd like to say? Lou stood up and said, fellas, look, leave the chandeliers. He said, if you come to my house and my wife brings out the dessert, she's not going to cut 3 big slices and 5 small slices. We're all in this together, we all get the same. And at that moment, I knew what the Big East was all about. And if you think I'm honored and humbled today to be in Lou Conaseca's presence right now, you're grossly understating how much I admire him. Because in our business, at 70 years of age, the thing I learned when I failed with the Celtics was extreme humility. Extreme. I think humility is the key to everything we do in life. It forces you to be passionate, hungry, and driven. And Lou said to me upstairs, I'll give you a tip. What Frank McGuire told me when I took over, get players. And without question, I was put in the Hall of Fame. I didn't score 1 point, didn't grab 1 rebound, didn't have 1 assist. My players put me every step along the way into that elite company. And I have a young man here who's going to be our captain, Joel Soriano, who's going to go to heights he's never thought he could reach. And we're going to build something really special. But I couldn't have this opportunity if it wasn't for Iona University. Because they flew to Greece, they actually flew to Real Madrid when I was coaching Panathinaikos to offer me the job. Seamus Carey and Matt Glowowski. Without them, I wouldn't have this great thing today. This tremendous opportunity. So I thank Seamus Carey and Matt for making that trip, for giving me a 0 buyout to have just the most special moment that a 70-year-old can have. And look, I've coached against the great coach Conaseca, Dean Smith, Frank McGuire in his last home game, from Coach K to Jim Boeheim, to all of the great ones in the business. And today, for me, this is one of the most special moments of my life. I've been to the Garden as the Knick coach, I've been to the Garden as the Providence coach, and now I get to represent something really, really special. And it's not about when or if, it's going to happen for St. John's. And it's going to happen in a big way. But the first thing you have to do is you have to build a culture, not only a culture of great basketball, exciting basketball, but a culture of academic excellence, a culture of treating everybody with great respect, a work ethic second to none, giving every ounce of perspiration you have in you for the name on the front, St. John's. And it has to come from every high school coach that you have to hit in this area, because every time I needed something, I turned to New York. It started at Kentucky on probation. Who did I turn to? Jamal Mashburn. He turned my fortunes around. At Louisville, who did I turn to? Russ Smith. At Providence, Billy Donovan, Darryl Wright from Hayes. It was always the New Yorkers that helped me get over the hump. And now I have to turn to all the New York coaches, the AAU coaches. I have to turn to all the fans to get behind St. John's. Lou built a legendary program, legendary. And we will get back to those days by exemplifying everything that he taught, because he truly had a family. It's not about the St. John's players joining me. I'm joining the St. John's players family. I'm with them. They're not with me. I'm all in with them. I'm all in with everything that St. John's stands for. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to get started. And it's going to start with a culture of work. You know, you hear NILs today, the players are all professionals. They're getting paid name, image, and likeness. Doesn't matter whether I'm for or against it. What I told Joel last night, the one thing he's going to do, he wants name, image, and likeness strictly for his family. He never once mentioned, I want something for myself. I just want to help my grandmother, I just want to help my family. And all I asked him to do is just take a portion of that and invest it. Because you never know when basketball runs out. So my goal for him is something really, really special. And for the players we're going to bring in, really special. But more than anything else, I'm honored to be in your presence, Coach. Val, thank you so much. I've heard so many great things about you. The Big East is tremendous. Always has been. So I got a lucky break. For 5 years, I was away from the game. I took advantage of it by becoming a Greek national coach, a professional coach over in Europe, learned at 65 years of age a different brand of basketball that made me a better coach, and came back, and it's just been one exciting day after another. Can't wait to represent St. John's. Can't wait to represent the Red Storm. My family here. In 9/11, I lost my best friend. His children are here today. They were at every game I coach. Every game. And today, my brother-in-law Billy would love this. And I'll take any question. I lost my voice from the coaching episode. UConn's second half made me lose my voice completely. And that team will do it to you. But I love my extended family. My son Ryan's here. Christine, Willie, Robert, everybody, Brian, my staff. And one more special person I would like to introduce. He said, please don't do it, but from Louisville, he brokered the deal at Iona. John Moynihan, Whitey Mo, could you stand up for a second? This young man is a Holy Cross grad, become a close friend of mine. He brokered the deal to get me to Iona, and he's a special guy in my life, so Whitey, thank you so much. I'll take any of your questions now, if I could. Yep.
Thank you, Coach. Yes, we'll take questions. If you could just raise your hand and wait for the microphone to get to you when you have a